am completely aware that I was supposed to make a movie review of the Mighty Duck movies, but that's taking me a while. So, instead of doing that, I decided I will rank all the Spider-Man movies except for No Way Home because I haven't seen it even though it's spoiled for me, so... Yeah, let's start with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man first because that makes more sense, you know? And then we'll go with Andrew Garfield and then Tom Holland, so, yeah. Look, just because I grew up with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man doesn't mean I can't be critical about it. The first two movies were great. Let's give, you know, I mean, you know what the movies are by now, so I don't need to, say the description for them. But for the first Spider-Man movie, I would give it like a 10 out of 10. The second one gets 10 out of 10 as well, but the third one, that's the one people don't like the most. I would give it a 6 out of 10, but most people would not be so generous. Well, I mean, what was wrong with it? Well, let's start with the villains, because, you know, might as well. The first movie had Green Goblin, the second movie had Doc Ock, but the third movie... 2 villains. No, wait, 3 villains. Sandman, Venom, and Gabby Jr. Gabby Jr. Gonna cry? I actually like that line. I mean, it's not wrong to have 3 villains in a movie, but if your script isn't doing so well... might as well not. I mean, there was supposed to be a Spider-Man 4, because Sam Raimi himself said he wanted one. We might get one, but who knows, you know. What do you guys think? We're getting one? Anyways, let's go on to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, because we need to talk about him the most. Pretty sure I was in middle school when the Andrew Garfield movies happened, so basically I'm growing up with Spider-Man. I go from being a child and growing up with Tobey Maguire, and then watching Andrew Garfield, and then watching MCU Spider-Man. But let's talk about Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Now, people don't like The Amazing Spider-Man. Well, they do now, if you know what I mean. But I feel like I was the only one who liked it. I would give the first movie a 10 out of 10, but unfortunately, the second movie just there's so much going on that I might have to give it a 6 out of 10 as well, like, for the, you know, I mean, it's, okay, I probably shouldn't give it a 6 out of 10, but that really is how I feel, because, well, let's talk about it. Let's start with off the villains again. For these movies, we have, Green Lizard, we have the Lizard, and then we have Electro and Green Goblin. Now, I know what you're thinking, wait a minute, Green Goblin, what's he doing here? I asked the same question. I don't remember seeing him in the first movie, so I don't know at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys are great. Like, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man. Don't at me on that. It's just that the writing for the movies weren't really that good. It's not his fault, it's just the writer's fault. But now, because of Spider-Man No Way Home, without any spoilers, we might get a third Spider-Man movie soon, which would redeem Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and finish his trilogy, because every Spider-Man gets a trilogy. Now let's get on to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Peter Parker in the MCU. People used to have problems with him, but now everybody just loves the heck out of him. He was first revealed in Civil War, and then he got his own movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, which then he got a sequel, Spider-Man No Way Home. No, Far From Home. The third movie is No Way Home. But anyways, let's talk about Peter Parker in the MCU. Now, he was okay in Civil War because he was obviously a child. I think he was like almost around. He wasn't even my age. He was technically my age in the his third movie. But let's talk about his villains, because that's a bit important, you know what I mean? In his first ever movie, his villain was the Vulture, and if you don't know who the Vulture is, well, he has a lot of villains, so I think you should know his villains by now, because he has a lot of them. In the second movie, he had Mysterio, but then in the third movie, he had every Spider-Man's villain. He had the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, he had Sandman, the Lizard, Electro. That's like almost 5 villains. Let's rank the movies. So we're not going to count him in Civil War, right? Because that's ranking Marvel movies, and I might do that one day, but not, probably not today. But his first movie, Homecoming, 7 out of 10? I don't know. It's one way of doing it. I mean, we saw him, like, a couple of times, and then, But Far From Home is 10 out of 10. I saw that in theaters. My homeboy, my friend, and we liked it. We stayed for the post-credit scene because that's very important. And that's a rule in the Marvel fandom. If you don't stay for the post-credit scene, you're not a fan. I should have done that for Matrix. Yeah, there was a post-credit scene for Matrix Resurrections, but we talk about Matrix some other time. I'm doing a movie review for it soon, I swear. Anyways, since I haven't seen No Way Home, I can't really give it a ranking. But, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Well, you've reached the end of the video. How unfortunate. But, did you know that 97.6% of you watch my channel but aren't subscribed? That's a bit of a no-no. I say you should subscribe because if you subscribe, you might get a Marvel Theory video out of me. That's right, I don't normally do Marvel Theory videos, but, it'll be your lucky day if you subscribe, press that button, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified for any video I possibly make. It's a bit hard right now, but I promise I will grind. Make sure you can like the video, dislike it if you wanna, share it with your friends. You don't have to. I mean, it's just me ranking SpiderMan movies, but, do whatever you want. I'll see you in the next video that comes out tomorrow, and hopefully my Mighty Ducks review comes out soon. And, I have another thing to talk about that's related to Mighty Ducks, so,